How are y'all? Uh, Sorry, I just ate. You didn't hear anything? Mm, I'm trying to find the live stream so I can, chat with y'all, see what y'all are saying. I am back. Hey yo. Hello everyone. It is me, Bunny Rabbit Lives, and I tried to do my puzzle today, but my apartment is not big enough for me to, set it up. Cause I got a Tamagotchi puzzle. That's me getting it. But like I said, I got my Tamagotchi puzzle right here. Y'all hear that? And it's very much cute. I just struggled to do it by myself. Wait, just looking at it, I have an idea of what to do to finish it, but do y'all like Tamagotchis? Because I love them. I just, I don't have enough time with my job. I am looking for a new job though. You know what? If something doesn't work, you have the ability to change it and to do what does work. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to find what works. And hopefully then I will be fine and I'll be able to find and live a life that I am proud to live. Mhm. I'm looking at the full picture. It's a very large picture. 21.25 by 15. And it's 300 pieces, I think. Let me see. Oh, it comes with a poster too. I'm excited. So that means I don't really have to make the puzzle framed. Like I could just literally build a puzzle, unbuild it, and then still have that little poster to put up on a wall. That's nice. Oh, and I still have my 500 piece puzzle that my friend got me. And that one's about wolves. Hello, Kurt Jamil, how are you? Are you doing good? My only cute avocado, hello, how are you? Are y'all doing good? I'm glad to hear that. And what have y'all been doing for fun today? Hi, Sophia. Wait, that's not your name. You wanted me to call you Emily, right? Or Eliza, something like that. You're great. That's good to hear. Am I right? Emily, right? No, you're new? Oh, okay. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Oh, you were playing Roblox. What's your favorite game on Roblox? Y'all know that there's like this horror game on PlayStation that they replicated on Roblox and it's terrifying. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I hate being chased, and the game is basically about running away from stuff. So it makes me go into a full on, like, ah, you know what I mean? Oh, you've been running. So you like to stay active. That's really good, actually. Are you wearing sunscreen? Don't forget your sunscreen, okay? Because, trust, I know, because I'm still cooked from last time I got burnt. And that was like 3 weeks ago. My skin's sensitive, okay? Sailor piece. You know what that reminds me of? Sailor Moon. I actually haven't seen it like since I was a kid, but I hear it's really good and a lot of people are still fans. What sunscreen do you use, by the way? Because I use the waterproof one, the aerosol one, and that one I'm still getting cooked. I don't know what's going on, you know what I mean? And now I also have like a rub-on one, the one that's from Neutrogena, I think. Oh, Kurt, I am of age. That is all you need to know. I'm 1,000 years old. Eh, eh. Super Goop Daily Dose. I have never heard about that one. Oh, Kurt, you're probably not gonna enjoy the book that I am gonna read today, starting at 9. So I'm gonna chat with y'all until 9 today. Yeah, if you want to stick around for the full, yeah, but this book is like not for kids. You know what I mean? It's a young adult book. So you have to ask your parents for permission, you know? But thank you so much for subscribing. Really appreciate it. I will be reading kids' books later on in life, just not at the moment. I have two really nice kids' books. Well, actually, two, three, four, five, six, seven of them. Hello, Dayram. Do you want me to call you Day? How are you doing? You don't have? You don't have books? You don't? Oh, well, I don't know because you need to ask a trusted adult, okay? You need you need to ask one of your trusted adults for permission after 9, okay? Yes. Hello, Tom. How are you doing? I think it's UPF 50, I think. But I thought only like I thought scientifically proven the only blockable rays were 30, not 50. By the way, I sub. Thank you so much for subscribing, Day. Hello, Justin. How are you? I'm glad to hear y'all are all doing great. Nabel, how are you? I think it's 50, but I don't know. I'll look it up because honestly, I was ranting to my boyfriend about that. I was like cuz he said, "Oh, it's only scientifically proven that 30% of those sun rays are blocked, not 50 or 70, so you're just paying more for the same amount, you know? Cuz it's just a marketing thing." And then I was like, well, they need to get their show on the road and like start researching better because I need that 70% sun rays blocked, okay? I'm getting cooked with the 30, you know? Holy bro, my day was like bad, bad. Oh, sorry to hear that, Justin. Hope it gets better, you know? It can only go up from here. Do you have any pets? I do. I have a cat. His name is Cosmo. And Cosmo, he's very cute and playful and he loves to ambush. He loves to attack you. What about your cat? Do you have a cat? I feel like most people online have cats. Or what kind of pet do you have? Oh no, Justine. Hope you feel better. You know what? There's nothing wrong with crying sometimes. I cry all the time. I'm a crybaby. Whoa. Yes, I have cats. What are your cats' names? Yours like a dropper. Oh wow, that sounds very much interesting. Oil based? Oh wait. You know, that sounds like it was like what are those called? The primer ones? The ones that are like to conceal but also like have that SPF protection to it. You know what I'm talking about? Like makeup with SPF in it. Is that is that what you're wearing? I have like 9 cats and 2 dogs. Whoa, what are their names? And what are their colors? I love dogs, guys. You know, I really want like a Chihuahua, a Shih Tzu, a Beagle, um, Maltese, Yorkie, Blue Heeler. I love dogs, guys. I can't. Sheltie, Alea, and Kitty. Oh, that sounds really cute. Oh, nope, it says cyanamide. Cyanamide. Hydrocyanamide. Is it by nature? Puree? Wait, I forgot. Like, what is the title on the? That's all it says. Cyanidamide. What? Like, their ice is orange, purple, and blue. Are you talking about a video game? Because I mean that counts too. I used to have a Tamagotchi, and I considered them my pets. But then I got too busy with my job, so they passed away. Oh no. You know what I mean? I got to like 6 generations, so I'm not that bad of a mom, okay? I just, I'm all work, okay? Which is why I'm looking for a different job because this one, woo, wow, it gave me a cold sore, not gonna lie. It's Super Goop Daily Dose is what it's called, but it says that in smaller print. Oh, okay. I think that's like, okay, I'll look it up. I'll screenshot it and look it up because I need all the help I can get. Like I'm looking super toasty. You know what I mean? And then I wear shorts and I'm like, wow. Yeah, that something happened there. I'm crying because my girl best friend is in the hospital. She's AKA my crush. Oh, Justin, I hope that your friend who's a girl, who's your crush, gets better. And I hope that, it's nothing serious. And if it is, I hope that it goes away quick and that she's fine after. Mm-hmm. But honestly, guys, me personally, I want a snack. I want some chips and cheese. I can't afford them this week though. Big sod. But it is fine, guys. You know what? Oh, wait. If okay, so what about like I also use Cocoa Kind sunscreen. Oh, you mean like the yellow one with the yellow and brown one? I used to use that one for my face. Hi, girl. Hi. Get better. Get better. What kind of Lay's? There's different kinds. Are you eating the regular ones? Oh, it's a purple sunscreen? Where are you from, Sophia? If you don't mind me asking. Well, don't give me like exact location, like just like country or like continent. Yeah, that was a reference to like 2 streams ago. So, what? I don't think we have that here in Yeehaw, you know what I mean? I've never seen it. At least I think maybe I'm not looking hard enough. Oh yeah, the original Lays tastes so good. Do you know Lucas Pelucas, like the squeezable gooey candy? You could put those on the original Lays and they taste so good. Oh, you could tell her you're welcome. Yay. But yeah, like that's how I eat the original Lays. Like I put the Lucas Pelucas on it, the squeezable sour spicy candy, and it tastes so good. So good. That or I also mix them. Welcome back, Kingston. Hi. How are you? I'm from the United States too. Actually, I'm in the United States. I'm from Mexico. I'm glad to hear you're good. And then, so guys, right now I'm really sleepy. So if there's some moments of silence, it's because I am sleepy. And I am thinking about puzzles and books and y'all. Oh, my sister's with me. That's good to hear. Are they, how are they? How's your sister? Oh, she's 17 and you're 18. Cool. No, I don't know. You don't know Kingston? Well, I hope that it gets better. Because, like I said before, guys, things can only go up from here. You know what I mean? But, yes. Also, you know what, guys? At my recent job, I just learned that it's really important to keep your mentality up. So, if you need to cry, cry. But, always pick yourself up. You know what I mean? My birthday is in 3 days. May 3. Well, I'll wait. Let me check. What day is it today? 31, 2. Oh, that's Sunday, right? Right? Okay, so if it's Sunday, then I can wish you happy birthday during the stream and sing happy birthday to you. It's on April 3rd. Yeah, yeah. Be back. She needs a hug. Ha ha ha. She's crying. Be back in a sec. No worries, Justin. Enjoy your time. Y'all know. Y'all know. I am really happy that you're gonna be, having a birthday. Because, living, guys, is a privilege. You know what I'm saying? The older you get, the better life get. Not just kidding. I'm lying, guys. Trust. You don't want to grow up. No. No. You don't want to grow up. Trust. Trust. It ain't fun out here. You got all these bills you need to pay. All this debt you need to pay. All these chores, jobs. No free time. Just kidding. Or am I? Huh? Welcome back, Justin. How are you? Oh, how's your friend too? She doing good? I hope that you know what, guys, because recently, did I tell y'all about that time when I was like, oh, okay, let me tell y'all about this. Y'all be careful out there, okay? Last time I was working, last time I was working, I was outside and this guy came up to me and he stopped me and he was like, "How old are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm 1,000 years old." And they were like, "Oh my God, I thought you were 15." And then so they went inside and they came back out and they tried to ask me for my number. I was like, this guy just said he thought I was 15. He's a weirdo. Guys, y'all gotta get away from these people, okay? They're creepy. Never give a stranger your number, never. Okay? Bro, do not tell me what is like LOL. No, Kingston, trust. You don't want to be an adult. Trust. Oh my goodness, Justin. I'd be so embarrassed, not gonna lie. Nah, bro, she did that. Nah. Okay, look. Whatever happens, I don't know what's going on. Okay? I'm not on the other side of the screen. All I can do is, say what I say, and I would be embarrassed, not gonna lie. I'm a very shy person, guys. Mhm. Y'all stay hydrated. Okay? Don't forget. Water, water. Bruh, she just told me she loves it though. Nah, what the fuck? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That's her. That's her. Well, it's up to you, Kingston. But I will say, guys, if y'all want to make content, just go out there and do it. And if you are like, oh, cause me, I used to be crazy, and I would just like put it out there, and whoever watches it watches it. But then I don't tell nobody that I know about it. The only people who know that I stream in my personal life are my best friends, my boyfriend, some of my coworkers, and who else? And maybe like my parents. That's okay, Justin. Let it out. Let it all out. It's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? What do you guys Okay, so I have a question. What do you guys believe is like emotionally okay to show? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do y'all think emotions are? Like, are they like something that shows people who they are, or are they just like effects to like the human psyche, and it shows in the way that they believe their person should react? Hey, yo, mama, how are you doing? Are you doing good? Thanks for stopping by. Hey, how you doing? I believe in Jesus, okay? Yes, he's back. I also believe in him. You're like our big sister because you're older, and big sister means in Filipino is eight. Eight? Like, please don't eat bunnies. Guys, I only ate them once. Don't judge me. Ah. No, but I'm serious. I'm serious. I only ate a bunny once. He said game over. No, no. I did it on accident. Honestly, my parents made me. I swear. It's a different kind of It's not the it's the you know what I mean? There's a difference. The pronouns. The word a and go to te. Okay, so how is it pronounced? How do you say sister in Filipino? Or Tagalog is what I think the language is called. P? Whoa. What does that mean? Stoic? Stoic? I am actually, guys, natalag. Did I pronounce that right? Oh, what does that mean? See, I don't know. I don't know at that point. All those commas, I do not know what that means. Cannot say. Oh, you cannot say. Okay, okay. Because I was like, wait. Wait. Did you make me say something bad? Bruh, that is not cool. Oh, okay. You didn't. Okay. Okay. It's up to you, Justin. Everything in its own time. Yo, mama, how are you doing? You staying hydrated? Cause me, guys, I am trying to stay hydrated. I got a cold sore, so I'm being careful about how I drink and eat. You get them from stress or from overheat. But yeah, this is my sister. Oh, your sister wrote that. Okay. Well, I hope it wasn't bad. Still. Yo, make your name Jose Rizal. Wait, why are you asking them to change their name? You know what? You know what? It's up to them. It's up to them. But what's it called? Not gonna lie, my eyeballs are closing. So I hope we can stay up till 9 and then until we finish these 3 chapters, okay? Because I feel like in a few more streams, we will finish this book, honestly. 24, right? Mm, hold on, because I'm checking. 22, 23, 24. Okay, that's today. Then on Sunday, honestly, maybe on Sunday I could read 4, maybe. Nah. 3, 3. I'm trying to like see how I plan this out, guys, for y'all, because like I said, we're really close to finishing this. And then probably on Wednesday I can stream again, not gonna lie. And then after that, 31, 32, and then 33, 30. Honestly, I think we can finish it in 3 more. Hell yeah! Congratulations! I'm happy to hear that for you. Yeah, that's bad, Kingston. Your sister showed you something naughty. That's just me being honest with you. For real, real. And so, yeah. Oh, guys, did I tell y'all? I bought my boyfriend a little palm pal. Those little plushies that fit like on your palm that are really cute. I got him the kitsune because it reminded me of him. I'm like that kind of person that like thinks about you and like gets you a little gift or something. Kind of like how a cat sends you like little dead mice. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's me, but I'm a bunny, not a cat. You know what I mean? Rar. Is that bad? Yeah, it's bad, Kingston. Yeah, Kevin, you can see my shoes. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all my shoes. My shoes are purple. Oh gosh. My shoes are purple. Y'all see that? That's my shoes. My mom is streaming right now, and my mom and sis and dad is with me in the hospital. Well, you know what? It's probably a hectic time for everybody, just because with your friend in the hospital and everything. You know what I mean? It seems like it's just like a very chaotic time for all of y'all. So it's pretty understandable. Nothing wrong there. You know what I mean? No shoes. No. I keep my shoes on, buddy. Sorry. Ain't nobody need to see my toes. I don't know about y'all, but feet are the worst part of the human body, in my opinion. Your Pookie's here! My best friend, his brother, likes me and just texted me asking me out. What? Whoa! Well, I don't know. I can't be involved in that. All I can say is like, girl, don't do anything that you wouldn't do. You know what I mean? Don't do anything that you wouldn't do. Do what you think you would do. Guys, it's up to y'all what y'all do. I'm just saying like I I get where you're thinking, but I think like logically it would not be the best. Yes. But that's not my opinion. Like, you know what I mean? Cuz I also had something similar happen to me. But, we just decided to stay friends because for me, my friendship with my best friend was more important than, you know, having a more than friendship with her brother. So, there you go. That's my perspective, whatever, if that's what y'all wanted to know. Well, you can't see them, Kevin, so stop it. Hell yeah. Spoke. Who spoke? Go buy her some milkshake. Be back in 7 minutes. Love you guys. Justin out. Alright, Justin. Get there safe. How's your day been? Oh, hey, Daniel. It's been good. Hey, PX. Nice to see you back. How are you? Here, these are my hands. That's all you get to see. Because that was odd. Kevin, what you were asking before. I wonder what kind of milkshake they were getting. Guys, what kind of milkshake do y'all like? I like chocolate milkshakes, but also strawberry ones. My day has been great. I have been at home. Actually, I tried to build a puzzle, but I don't have enough space in my apartment to build it. So I might have to look for a place to build it at. I was telling y'all in the beginning of the stream that I bought this because it's Tamagotchi related. And it's only 300 pieces. It shouldn't be hard to like, finish or whatever. But it is huge. I tried to set it up and I was like, I can't do this in my closet floor for sure. I have an exam tomorrow. I'm pulling an all-nighter. Whoa. Okay, PX. Well, good luck on your test. I hope you pass. I will be chatting until 9, by the way, so if anything, PX, you could focus on your studying and your test while I read. Daniel says, I personally like vanilla with cream at Five Guys. I have not ever been to Five Guys. But did I tell y'all about how I tried Chipotle for the first time ever, like 2 days ago? Or 3? I can't really remember exactly when, but it was a nice lady. She saw me working under the hot sun and she felt bad for me. And she bought me Chipotle. And it was really good, but really expensive. But she bought it for me, so it's okay. But I felt bad because it was really expensive, but I was like, I'm starving though. Oh, thank you so much. You know what I mean? I wish I could build that puzzle with you. Honestly, I wish I could build it with someone too. I asked my boyfriend, but he was kind of busy, so I have to wait until he's free to build it with me. But or my friend. Oh, I wasn't there, so I can't say yes. I know, Daniel. That's why I said that. But you know what? What about you? How has your day been? And what have you been doing for fun? Oh, and I played some Tomodachi Life, guys, and now I have 4 people that have been married. And I think one couple might have babies soon. But honestly, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I don't want kids. I don't. I just want to have free time and I want to like do all my projects and endeavors and then like when I'm like 80, I can be like, you know what? I'm gonna adopt a dog. I'm gonna adopt a cat or something. What do you mean? PX, I am going to die. I wish I studied before. Oh, wait, wait, what do you mean, PX? Okay, so what is the test about? Maybe we can help you out here a little bit. Pretty good. Like I went to school, finished my work, rough day, but overall it's pretty nice. Well, that's good to hear. Because when I used to go to school, I didn't really study too much. I just passed all my classes by chance because I like the teachers. Are y'all staying hydrated? Stay hydrated. Oh, the immune system. Okay, so what are you having trouble with? Cause I sometimes I do some research on that, but I might not remember too well. Hello, I'm back. She likes a milkshake. What kind of milkshake is it, Justin? You love cats and dogs? Me too. I love little dogs especially. But like some big dogs that I might like are Dobermans. I like Dobermans or Dobermans. But yeah, like I said, I like the chocolate, strawberry, vanilla milkshakes. I like all milkshakes. Milkshakes. Um what's your favorite dog breed? Honestly, I love all dogs, but personally, like I said, little one strawberry. Yeah, strawberry is really sweet. I like it. Plus, I study it in French. Oh, in French. Yeah, okay, I get you, PX. I get why it's hard because it's in a different language, right? I'll make sure to stay hydrated. Hell yeah, guys. Don't forget hydration, it's very important. It keeps you, like, looking young for a while. But also, don't forget sunscreen. I'm gonna keep warning y'all because you know what I mean? Like, y'all don't want to be like I was out here, all like, cooked. You know what I'm saying? You're a student teacher. What does that mean? Oh, you help teachers. That's what you mean. Oh, so you're like studying to be a teacher for later. I think I remember my one of my school friends doing that too. Brian, I don't think the sun could hurt me that much. Trust, it can because I know some people and they got cooked by the sun. But it's because they worked like blue collar jobs. So, yeah, pretty much cooked. Probably the golden retriever. It is so cute. It's like a dog but 10 times better. Yeah, they're pretty friendly most of the time. I've met a few crazy ones at my last job. But what's it called? Pound Pals has a golden retriever plushie, and I thought it was really cute. I think they have a party size one, which is very much like huge and cute and weighted. Yeah, I study math and science. I'm only 18. Oh wow. Yeah, you're really young for a teacher. I'll never forget sunscreen. Yeah, never ever ever guys. I will keep reminding y'all forever. My chest is still a different color from the rest of me. I'm lacking discipline. That's why I am pulling all-nighter. Your stream literally gave me the energy back. I was going to sleep. Oh my god, PX. No. You gotta study. I mean, I don't know about pulling an all-nighter, but at least like study the key points and then like maybe you can go to bed like right before. Cuz I feel like for me, I study it right before bed. I go to bed. I wake up, I study it again in the morning. I relax a little bit, I study it again before heading into class or work or whatever. And then I like go into it like with it memorized or as close to memorized as possible. It's 9:40 a.m. right now in my country. What country is it? Cuz right here right now it is 8:41. Wait, are you Indonesian or Filipino? If y'all heard something, no you didn't. Philippines. I used to know somebody from there. Hi, Dakota, how are you? Are you doing good? I knew like a lot of people from Philippines and Indonesia and Japan because a lot of people from those places used to watch me back when I would stream games. Bunny, you know that Philippines is a continent, right? No, it's not. They just said country. Y'all are kidding, right? Am I outing myself again? Good. Do you like my PFP? Mm, trying to see it closer up. Um, let me see. It's cool. Is it art? Did you make it yourself? It's Enna? Is Enna like where's Enna from? Cause I don't really watch too many shows. It looks like an amazing digital circus character, but I don't know. Okay. I have not finished that show by the way. I spoiled myself. I am ready to finish it. I just am really busy with work. The students I teach is very good because they listen to me, and some of them are. Wait, what does this? Yeah, probably one of those Asian countries. Yeah, that's Philippines is from Asian, like Asian area. Is I feel like it's kind of similar to like Thailand and like what else? And like the Philippines and like the Nepal and stuff like that. Indonesia. Wait, what the heck am I saying? You ain't Asian? What? But you're in the Philippines. Yeah, probably one of those. I ain't Asian. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, it used to be colonized by Japan, so it's a country. What? Guys, guys, again, y'all saw, heard nothing, okay? It's a secret. It's a secret. Don't trust me with geography stuff, guys. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Started as a web series, became a game. Mine is from the game Enna. Dream Barbecue. It's free on Steam. Oh, sadly, I don't have a PC. I don't have Steam. I only play on PlayStation and Switch now. Hey, name 5 countries from Europe. She thinking Asia is a country. No, A. PX, stop. Justin said, "What country you from?" Me? Uh, guys. I'm just gonna say from out of this world because I ain't. I've outed myself enough for being bad at geography. Yeah, look. See? I'm saying hello. These are my hands. Do it with no hands. Oh, I can't show you like my right hand by itself. I could do this. But that's it. Nepal has a weird flag. It's really weird. It's like two triangles. Oh, really? Kevin, what do you need my eyeball for? Look, they're looking right at you. Hey, Clifton, how are you doing? Are you doing good? I'm good, Kevin. I just sat down like 10 minutes ago. Come on. Name that bear Thomas? Thomas? No. Not Thomas. You're doing really good. That's great to hear. And what have you been up to? You've been away for really long. Name him Teddy. Okay, Teddy makes more sense. Not gonna lie. Thomas is like too high class. He's just a little kid, you know what I'm saying? I'll call him Teddy. If anything, I'll call him Theo. My country has blue and red. If red is above blue, it means war. But if blue is above red, it means peace to other countries. Oh, wow. That's a really interesting meaning to your flag. Thomas the Train? No. Oh my goodness. Okay, so not Thomas, not Andrew. Andrew's the name of a kid who I used to work with, and he was not very likable because he was very lazy at work. But yeah. Don't flip over the Philippines flag because they're gonna be in war mode. What do you. Oh. Wait, how do you know? No, PX. I'm not gonna call him that. What the heck? Hello, guys. Hey. Oh my goodness. Whew. I will not call him that word, PX. Absolutely not. Daniel the Goat. I watch geography videos sometimes. I used to, and then I stopped like a long time ago. No, that's not what that means, I think. Well, it depends on who says it to who. But okay, so like if you say it to your friend and you're like, Eka, you know what I mean? Then it's a friend. But if you go like, beep, 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 God, you know what I mean? That's like an insult, you know? You have to know the person well to be able to use that. Ese? So like when they go ese, you know what I mean? I think that means like yes, yeah, you know what I mean? I learned English when I was just 4 and I'm not used to using Tagalog when speaking. Also, you only speak English? That's interesting. Hey, a fake person, how are you? You popped in late today. Nice to see you again. How's your day been? Welcome, fake person. Sometimes I speak Tagalog and Bisaya. What is Bisaya? What is that? I have not heard about it. Yeah, I was at a baseball game. Oh, wow. How did it go at the baseball game? Guys, don't forget to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you have not, and if you do like what you see, is what I mean. Honestly, last time I played baseball, I hit the ball wrong and it rolled into my eye. From like it hit the bat, but it went up the bat, not like outward, you know? And it hit me in the eye. Maybe that's why I'm so blind. I don't know. Maybe something to think about. Me either. I haven't heard of that language or something, whatever it is. It is a language from the context that I'm getting from it. My mom is just keeps smacking my head, bro, but it's playful. It'd be like that sometimes. Me and my mom, we play around too. Do you still play video games? I do. I've been really into Tomodachi Life at the moment. It's really fun, but all of my characters are made up. I made new characters that are like just random abominations I created. Not in real life people or anything. I hope that baseball game is good. Hey, thank you for saying Daniel is the GOAT. Oh, that must be painful. Yeah, it was just a little bit. It hit me like right above the bone, like around my eye socket. But they just gave me an ice pack. It was back when I still went to school. No problem, Daniel. But I also remember, like, honestly, I've always been scared to get hit with like balls. So I remember one time I was playing baseball and I hit the ball and it went like, it flew out, but this time I was scared that it would hit me, so I ran towards all the bases. And then at the last base, I like threw myself on the ground, scraped my knees on the ground, and then rolled up into a little ball. I'm a very scaredy cat, little bunny. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like me as a bunny? Oh my goodness. What language do Chinese people speak? Mandarin. I know this one because I love languages. Hmm. I wish I could learn. You know what I wish I could learn? I want to learn Portuguese so bad. Because at work, well, I'm not gonna work there for long, but still, like at work, sometimes we end up in places that are like predominantly Brazilian, and that's the Brazilian language, Portuguese. And then so like, and not only that, but there's a lot of Portuguese people in games. So I kind of want to learn Portuguese so that I can communicate with people in games that I run into. Oh, you got it. Me on this one. I'm getting used as a chair, bro. My best friend Kate is sitting on my lap while she's in the hospital. I'm just sitting on a chair. That's crazy, Justin. So, how do you know languages but know nothing about geography? That doesn't make any sense. See, it's because I love communication. I feel like languages bring us closer together, which is why I love languages, because I'm like, I want to be able to understand people on a deeper level in their own language, as well as my own. Like, you know what I mean? I want to be able to like have human interactions with human people with like all the emotions and, just a human experience. And that's why languages are so important to me. Yeah, I know. I'm a middle child. Daniel, you're middle child. I'm the oldest. I'm also the oldest. But I don't look it. People always think I'm like the youngest. But it was made by Portugal. The language Portuguese was made by Port. Oh, see, I did not know that, but I do know, like I said, Brazilian people speak Portuguese. Do you know something about Arabic? Um, I don't think so. Because Arabic is one of those languages that are really difficult from the research that I made. But there's also a big Arabic community here. So maybe I should learn that too. Do you want to hear a fun fact about Portugal? Sure. She's begging me to pat her head, bruh. That's really cute. That is really cute. Yeah, what's that fact about Portugal? Cause me, like, guys, I love fun facts. Like, I don't know if y'all know, but giraffes, they look like calm little cute things, but they can fight. Y'all want to know how I know? I took a video of them fighting at the zoo. Oh my goodness. I don't have it on this phone. The phone that I had it in, it broke. So I don't have those pictures no more. But hey, you know what? That's okay. I can make more memories later. Um, so these giraffes, I don't know why they were fighting. They were just like, but you know how they fight? They have these little tusks at the top of their head. And you know how they're so tall? They like bend their necks down and go like that, into each other. And because they have such long legs, they can aim lower. And the whole point of the little tusks when they fight, or whatever they're called, horns, is to like hit the important areas. So like the groin, the stomach, stuff like that, soft spots. And that's how they fight. Yeah. Portugal was named by Arabic people when they got into Spain. It's an Arabic word that means orange because they took oranges from there. Oh wow, that's interesting. I did not know oranges came from Portugal. That's very cool to know. The second biggest Portuguese is he speaking country is Portugal. Oh wow, that's interesting. I did not know that. I'm learning so many new things, guys. Honestly, guys, y'all hear that? I'm taking a lot of pauses. It's because I'm getting sleepy. But guess what, guys? It's almost 9. And so when it hits 9, I'm going to start reading my book. I will have a warning and I will have a comment pinned so that y'all know about everything. Do I, do me? Do I identify as a Native American because I'm American? I'm not American. I'm Mexican, but I was brought up in America, in the USA. They fight with their necks like caca. What is caca? Is it like the Spanish word for doo-doo? Mexican. I do not. I identify just as Mexican. I don't look, okay, so I think I'm just a Mexican. I just consider myself a Mexican. I wouldn't call myself Native American or anything. I'm just a Mexican. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. There's Mexican blood in me. I was born there, on the soil, whatever. I'm Mexican. That's it. I don't know what else to say. Behind Brazil. Wait, what about behind Brazil? I thought Mexicans have more history with the region more than white people, right? Wait, what are you talking about? Like in the United States? If you're talking about like the United States, majority of the United States was Mexican before Mexico got colonized by the Spaniards. And then that's why you have different Mexicans that look like, more what you would think, a Mexican would look like, or more like what you would think a non-Mexican would look like. It's because we are all mixed because of how Spaniards came in. And then after that, the people from England brought people over here. And then that's how like basically all of the stuff went down. So, you know what I mean? Like I could tell you more in more detail, but like maybe later. Not right now. You're welcome for making you learn some stuff. I learned the Latin and German. Honestly, I want to learn Latin too, but it's kind of like a dead language, if you ask me. In the land of America in general, they used to call USA the New World, and it was habitated by Mexicans, Indians, etc. Yeah, but then like the Spaniards invaded, and that's why Mexicans lost most of their land. And after that, England brought over their people, and then because of that, what's that called? The great something, where they were like, oh, we must colonize the West or whatever. And then so that's how the United States became the United States, basically. They thought they were in India, and that's why they called the Indians Indian, because they thought they were in India. No, you could if you wanted to, but Latin is also just like a regular language, like any other. Just like how you could summon demons in English and Spanish, probably in German, probably in any language in the world. You could do it with any language. Latin is just known for it because old songs that sang about that were mostly written in Latin. Okay, name five continents. I will not, PX. Leave me alone. Y'all are judging me hardcore. You'll summon a demon? No, sir, don't do it. You're in a hospital with your bestie. You don't want to do that. You don't. Trust. What did I do? I'm getting 1v3, bro. Oh gosh. Do you believe in magic? Wait, eh? Do you believe in magic? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. We believe deeply in my religion. Oh wow. Well, if you mean like, okay, so it depends on what you consider magic, because I feel like magic is just a descriptor. Like I know magic exists like in terms of like rituals and stuff like that people do, but like if you ask me what I want magic to be, like, or what I when people say what do you think magic is or do you believe in magic, I'm like, you know what? I kind of do, because if you think about it, creating things is kind of like magic. Like you grab one thing, you grab another, you have an idea, and then you put it into action and you create something from nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's magic. I think it's very powerful that people are able to, create something out of something else. In the name of God, summon an angle. Angel. The L goes after the E. Done the magic is done. I will Asia, North America, South America, Australia, or Oceania, Europe. Oh wow, Daniel knows his stuff. Hey, if you want, I'll show you real magic videos. It is posted on YouTube. No, I've seen it. I've seen it. Back in the day, I used to be into all that stuff, but then like I was like, nah, I need to be religious, so I stopped. I'll watch it, PX. My bad, wrong spelling. Why don't do stream of you reacting to videos? Oh, because I can't, because I think it would mute me. Because if I stream on reality and show you the YouTube in the background, it would mute me, and therefore I would not be able to like, react. Oh, by the way, guys, I will start reading now. Okay, I have to start reading because it's past 9 now. And I have work tomorrow. So, thank you so much, everybody. I will count. Oh, wait, I can't yet. I gotta give y'all all of the warnings. Y'all can chat amongst each other. Justin, you know you like it. Come on now. You just said she was your crush. It's okay, PX. No worries. Mm. Okay, guys, so I will now pin this, and I'm gonna tell y'all like all of the warnings that come with this, okay? So, mayday, mayday, mayday. Guys, if you are under 18, now's the time to ask your parent for permission to watch this, or for you to go find something more wholesome. Because I will be reading a book and I will have to do a content warning. This book contains gore, it contains monsters, abuse, eating disorders, self harm, and different sexualities, okay? So if that is something that y'all are not okay with or something that makes y'all uncomfortable, I do suggest that y'all, again, go or ask your parents for permission, okay? Now I will start reading. Nestor, hello, I'm about to start reading, okay? I just warned everybody. No people are under 18, okay? 1, 2, 3. Chapter 22. I'm glad you're happy, Justin. Okay, chapter 22. 1, 2, 3. The forest came alive that night as they slipped between the trees. Leaves skittered in their footsteps on a breeze they couldn't feel, and something crawled through the underbrush with a form they couldn't see. It was the witching hour, and Thomas held a sketchbook and Andrew gripped the hatchet. The prince and his poet climbed over fallen logs, soft with moss and fungi, and the shadows made it look as if they wore crowns of holly berries and thorns. Andrew would write them as a story someday. He'd make the blackest parts beautiful, and he'd write the kisses bloody, and the vengeance sweet. It was going to work tonight. They'd win. They had to. They had the answer. Ink already stained Thomas's fingers as he put his back to a shadowed pine and sank into a crouch. He balanced the sketchbook on his knees and propped his flashlight up beside him. I finished drawing the monster in study hall, he said. As soon as it appears, I'll draw a noose of vines around its throat. Blood crusted behind Andrew's ear. He rubbed his head against his shoulder and tried to reassure himself the wound was only oozing pus now, not mud. An improvement, sort of. He adjusted his grip on the hatchet and sipped his fleecy jacket up to his throat. How do we know that's the one that will come out? I've destroyed everything else. Thomas sounded strained. It doesn't even make sense how they're still appearing. If I'm not drawing monsters, why haven't we won? What about art class? Those are portraits. I mean, I have birds and mountains bursting out of heads, but he spoke louder to cut off Andrew's protests. That's different. No monsters. Are you drawing forests? Trees? Darkness shrouded most of Thomas's face, but a small corner of light touched his resentful mouth. He'd always hated being told what to do. I think, Andrew said, the problem is everything you draw. Oh, wait, I think it's Andrew. I think, Andrew said, the problem is everything you draw. If I can make monsters, do you think about what this makes me? Thomas uncapped a Sharpie, but the sideways glance he shot Andrew was wary. Trapped between monsters and the waking dark for so long, Andrew was focused on only one thing. Make the monster stop. Not who had started it. Not why. His stomach flipped as he looked at Thomas's unsure face. The way his chin tilted up as if he was starved for any reassurance, Andrew could place on his tongue. This vulnerability made him look younger, softer. Magic, Andrew said. I think it makes you magic. Inside him, what he really thought beat against his pulse, dark and fervent and cruel. You're a nightmare. You're a god of wicked places. To stop your horror, maybe we have to stop you. Thomas allowed himself the smallest smile before turning back to his drawing. But some of the tension. Wait, I have to sneeze. Woo! Jeez. Woo! I'm okay, guys. Oh my goodness. Um, where was I? Thomas allowed himself the smallest smile before turning back to his drawing. But some of the tension had left his shoulders, and it made Andrew's lie worth it. He wished he could fit his face into the crook of Thomas's throat and hold on until his anxiety thinned and they both felt warm again. A stick cracked behind them. Andrew turned slowly, his grip firm on the hatchet. He refused to fall apart, this time like a boy made of glass. Thomas drew faster. It will be a devil with a terrible face and flowers in its horns. The tree roots will strangle it. If this works, we won't have to do much. What does this devil want? Andrew said. Thomas flicked a puzzled glance at him. I don't know. To eat us? It's a monster. Something turned over in Andrew's mind. A puzzle piece, toppling into his outstretched hand. Everyone wanted something. Everyone yearned or searched or hungered. Even monsters. Clemens had wanted to feel clever by making others feel stupid. And Bryce Kane wanted to feel powerful by making others small. So what did the monsters in the forest want? Thomas drew them fierce and wicked, but he put no story behind his drawings. These monsters began and stopped on paper. Andrew knew Thomas drew how he felt, but did he ever understand his own feelings? He never seemed to know why he was angry or scared or lonely. This was obvious in all his wild moods and his bewilderment when Dove called him out for being loathsome, and in the desperate way he held on to Andrew. Maybe this whole time they'd been fighting the monsters wrong. What do you want? Andrew said, and watched Thomas frown in confusion. He stared at Andrew with the night pooled black in his eyes, and when his mouth shaped a word, Andrew so desperately wanted it to be you. But Thomas didn't say that. He didn't have a chance to say anything. Behind him, a claw shot out of the darkness and snatched him by the throat. Andrew cried out and vaulted forward, but Thomas had already been dragged backward into the brush. He kicked with a frantic animal fury, sketchbook torn from his hand, and papers ripping and scattering across the forest floor. The page with the monster he'd designed whipped up and caught on Andrew's leg before flying away. The monster who had Thomas now was all wrong. Its body twisted in the vulgar imitation of a human. Arms too long, spine mangled. Its torso was naked, but for twine wrapped around and around its chest and neck and head. Dirt and rotten fruit and twigs oozed between the bindings. No eyes, no ears, only its mouth showed in a red, lipless slash, and when its jaws parted, a tongue slithered out, long and forked like a snake's. It was nothing like Thomas's drawing. everything in Andrew's head started screaming. He swung the axe, but the creature ducked. It slammed its head into Andrew's chest, and he flew backward, landing hard with a wheeze. The hatchet clattered down between Andrew and the monster. Thomas scrambled toward it, but the monster screamed and flung itself over him, pinning him bodily to the ground. Thomas landed a good punch at its face and the monster hissed, rearing back. Then its tongue shot out. Thomas! Andrew's fingers closed on the hatchet, but his sweaty hand slipped. He was too slow, too shaky. He slammed the hatchet into the monster's back, but it bounced off as if its skin was impenetrable. Andrew staggered backward just as he realized the monster's tongue had never been forked. It was an arrow tip. It plunged into Thomas's stomach. Thomas screamed. He writhed beneath the monster, kicking so madly it had to fight to keep his limbs down. No, 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 no! Andrew was failing. He was failing him. He flung himself on the monster's back, but it flicked him off like he weighed no more than a butterfly. It hunkered over Thomas and rocked, slow and languorous, as it sucked on its tongue like a straw. What the fuck? Lisping smacks of pleasure came from its mouth. Thomas stopped screaming, but his whimper alone could have murdered Andrew. He suddenly sounded so small, so full of pain. His mud-slick fingers grabbed at the tongue, but it was too slippery to hold. Andrew dropped the hatchet. A wildness grew in his head, thorns and fury and poisonous berries. If this was a story, he would have ridden himself strong enough to kill the monster. So he'd make it a story. He snatched Thomas's sharpie from the dirt. Then he ran. Thomas' scribe broke behind him, 1,000 shattered pieces taken by the wind. His thrashing body shrunk the leaves. But he couldn't get away. He was prey, impaled, and Andrew had left him. He didn't look back even as Thomas sobbed for him. Oh, what the hell, Andrew? No! Andrew vaulted the mossy log and flung himself at a smooth-skinned birch. He braced one hand on the trunk, forcing his other hand to steady as he rested the sharpie to the bark. Think! He was static electricity. He was full of Thomas's screams. Then he began to write. The dark hid each word as it bled out over the birch. But Andrew kept writing. The pen tripped over grooves and whorls, but the story tore out of him. Deep in the hollow woods, a witch liked to catch boys and soak her tongue in their blood. Thomas's whimpers turned to another sobbing scream that left holes in the night. Andrew wrote faster, his heart pounding. But when she dipped her tongue inside a boy with hair of stoked flames, she burned to ash from the inside out, and everything left of her blew away. Andrew shoved away from the birch, chest heaving as if he'd been the one running, fighting, screaming. He spun, his mind full of hatchets and blood, and his clawing terror for Thomas. He saw the moment the monster's body spasmed and curved backward as if its spine were made of rubber. Then, with a shrill scream, it exploded into ash. Gray flakes swirled over Thomas's body before the wind took them. Andrew ran back, slipping and tearing the knees of his jeans on sharp rocks before collapsing at Thomas's side. His hands were all over Thomas, feeling across his stomach, his chest, pressing a palm to his beating heart before cupping his face. Thomas's sobs came thick and low. With trembling hands, he pulled up his shirt. Even in the dark, they could see the hole, a perfectly round burrow straight into his stomach. It didn't bleed, it was a black tunnel to another world. Andrew flattened his finger over it. You're okay. The monster's dead. What did you do? Thomas choked on each word. "H- How? I told a story. Andrew gripped Thomas like he'd never let go. I killed them with ink. They had to try it again. To be sure it hadn't been a coincidence. They stuffed Andrew's pockets with thick black markers, and this time Thomas held the hatchet. His eyes were hollowed and bruised with exhaustion, and he held himself gingerly. They'd cleaned and bandaged his wound, but the hole didn't close. It stayed there, round as a coin and pitch black. Andrew thought if he slid fingers into it, he'd find no blood, just a tunnel all the way to Thomas' spine. It was freaking Thomas out in a way nothing else had yet. He kept one hand around his stomach as they walked into the forest, and whenever the bushes rustled, he looked ready to fall apart. As Andrew stood before the birch he'd ridden on last night, Thomas rested his back against Andrew's and matched their breaths. His came ragged and damp, Andrew's steady. He shone his flashlight over the bark and picked an empty space. I don't want them to touch me, Thomas said. I can't. Not again. I'll write it different. Andrew bit the Sharpie cap off and put pen to the bark. Ready. He curled his other hand around Thomas's wrist. Thomas curved into him then, and Andrew's breath caught a riot of butterflies behind his ribs. They were so close, cheek to cheek. He thought if he tilted his head sideways, Thomas might kiss him right then. And it would be wonderful and terrible. It would answer one thing and ruin everything else. Or maybe it wouldn't ruin anything. He didn't know. It ate at him. How he didn't know and was too scared to find out. Andrew, Thomas said his name with such careful softness. Do you... He stopped. When we slept... They couldn't talk about this, not now. Andrew didn't have words lined up to justify why they'd curled against each other in his bed, saying nothing like it meant nothing. Andrew must have stiffened slightly, or maybe they both sensed the weight of monsters shifting in the dark, because Thomas pulled away. What? Andrew said, mouth dry. I'll ask you later. Thomas' voice was low and rough. Then the monsters were there. Andrew knew them from one of the drawings Thomas used to have tacked over his bed. Creatures slim as poplar trees, and so tall Andrew's neck ached to look up at them. They wore cloaks of molted black, and their bones rattled as they walked. Their heads were ram skulls, twisted and grotesque monsters with flesh rotted away and teeth full of worms. Linton and mushrooms grew up their cloaks, and they didn't so much walk as sweep forward. Thomas smashed the hatchet through one, and the bones exploded apart and clattered to the forest floor. But when he stepped back, the creature simply reformed with its cloak and rose again. This time it gnashed its teeth, and Thomas stumbled backward into Andrew to get away. The monsters came forward with jaws clicking, heads tilting as bits of dead flesh dripped from their skulls. Andrew! Thomas dug fingers into the back of Andrew's sweater. They're bone shrieks. When they scream, one of their shrieks tilted back its head and screamed as if on request. The sound whipped like a lash across their eardrums, and both of them bent double as they cried out. Blood ran from their ears and their noses, It dripped wet and metallic over Andrew's lips as he pressed himself to the birch and began to write. And then, on a night of velvet black, the bone shrieks walked their favorite forest paths to call for secrets. If they screamed into an ear, their prey had no choice but to bare their soul. Thomas clapped hands over his ears. Hatchet abandoned. Andrew thought Thomas seemed more desperate than usual to protect himself, as if he owned too many secrets he couldn't let slip. But when the bone shrieks screamed before the marrow prince and his poet, their enchantment happened in reverse. It was the bone shriek's secrets that spilled. The shock and shame of losing their own secrets caused their own words to devour them whole. Andrew wrote the sharpie tip ragged on the rough bark, but as soon as he finished and turned to watch Thomas take another swing with his hatchet, the story began to come true. The bone shriek's jaws creaked open, but their screams unwound before they started and punctured backward into the shriek's chests. They swayed with the force of it. "Don't attack," Andrew said. "I swear it'll be okay, Thomas. Just just don't attack." Panic twisted Thomas's face. It was clearly taking everything he had to stand still. But Andrew wanted to hear the shriek's secrets. He didn't know how they'd speak from skeleton throats, but he let them come closer, closer, and the rattling of their bones filled the forest. One loomed over Andrew, its horns gleaming like daggers in the moonlight and its arms stretching out like endless tree limbs. It ran fingers through Andrew's hair, and he bit his tongue so hard copper blossomed in his mouth. "Don't fight, don't run, don't fight. Tell me your secret," Andrew whispered. It opened its mouth, and clumps of dirt and worms tumbled out. Fungi grew on its jaw hinge. It dragged a finger down Andrew's face toward his eye, and he squeezed them shut as an agonizing bone-deep cold filled him. "Why are you doing this?" Andrew's mouth barely moved. "What do you want?" "Sacrifice. Very good story ends with a wishbone snapped. A bloodied kiss, the prince's sacrifice. Cut out a heart and bury it in the woods. But you already knew that, prince." The bone shriek drew back as one of its own kind came up behind and broke pieces off its skull and began to eat them. They all stood there devouring each other, while Andrew watched in horrified awe as his story came true. He backed up and knelt beside Thomas, who sat trembling in the leaves, hands clasped around his legs and knees up to his chin. "Did they say something to you?" Andrew said. Thomas shook his head, but his face was white, and an unnatural frost coated his cheeks. Maybe he was lying, but it didn't matter. Andrew had the answers he wanted. He dragged Thomas to his feet. When there was nothing left of the shrieks but their jaws still working on the ground, trying to chew themselves to death, Andrew and Thomas escaped back to the school. Neither could get warm. Secrets apparently stole all the heat from your body. Andrew put on another sweater over his flannel pajamas and crawled into bed. He flickered off the lights so they could steal those slim dawn hours for sleep. But before he could close his eyes, his mattress depressed at the edge. He could feel more than see Thomas hovering, one knee already on the comforter, questioning. Andrew rolled over, and Thomas folded himself into the bed. They couldn't pretend it was an accident this time, so they said nothing, just curled into each other until they stopped shivering. "Can you control them?" Thomas said. "All this time, and you could have saved our asses with your stories. Can we stop them now? Forever?" Andrew pressed his face into Thomas's curls and thought of Princess with their hearts cut out. "I don't know. Liar. But he'd always been one." Instead, he whispered, "Would you die for me?" Thomas sounded warm and cottony with sleep. "Of course I would." 23. They sat together on the stairs, working through a package of Oreos between them. Rain had left the garden glossy, had just beaded with diamond drops, and the air thick with that dense, clean smell of a freshly washed world. It was a relief to breathe in something that wasn't the forest, suffocating, cloying, all-consuming. These stairs led to the side entrance into Wickwood and were only used by staff heading to the parking lot, so the boys felt safe in their aloneness, unwatched. They should have been in the dining hall for lunch, but this was Thomas's compromise. They'd avoid they'd avoid everyone if Andrew would eat. He tried. He wasn't doing this on purpose. He just never felt hungry anymore, and the flood of anxiety about food tasting of mud, of leaves, of the forest made it impossible to even force it into his mouth. It helped that right now he sat on the top step while Thomas was a few steps down from him. Thomas kept his back to Andrew as he bit into an Oreo, inspected it, and then passed it over his shoulder. No eye contact, no confrontation about this anxious, needy habit Andrew had developed. He couldn't bite into food until Thomas had first. Even now, Andrew's tongue searched for the grooves Thomas's teeth had left behind. "They keep saying it," Thomas said. Andrew looked up from the notebook, cradled in his lap. He had a routine. He had a routine. Bite an Oreo, think, then write a line. He was cold, October crawling into his blazer to leave frosty lingering kisses, but he didn't mind. Saying what? That I'm a murderer. He glowered and then twisted to pass back another Oreo, and Andrew leaned forward to accept. "I know Bryce Kane is spreading shit to rile me up." Oh, different voice. "I know Bryce Kane is spreading shit to rile me up, but it feels like so many people want to think it. Some guys I've never even spoken to were talking about me, and they didn't even stop when I walked past. They smirked. They were like, 'If he's not guilty, then why is he so twitchy?' I just..." He stopped abruptly and let the pause stretch for a long minute before he said bitterly, "Maybe we should let the monsters eat them. I do not look guilty." Andrew didn't point out that they did, both of them. A frenetic energy chewed Thomas through every waking moment. He was stretched and harrowed, attention split 1,000 ways, always flinching as if he expected a blow, a scream, a knife through his side. Meanwhile, Andrew was faded halfway to invisible. "And Halloween's tomorrow. The monsters are bad enough now, but they'll be worse then. I know it." Thomas bit savagely into the next Oreo. "Why can't you write a story that says, 'And no more monsters manifested out of my goddamn drawings, and we all lived happily ever after'?" "I tried," Andrew said. "I wrote, and all the monsters died last night, and they didn't. I have to tell some sort of twisted, macabre fairy tale. I have to write suffering. For them, but also for us. I'm not making up the rules, okay? It is what it is." Thomas glowered at the crumbs in his lap and said nothing. From this angle, Andrew had a perfect view of the softest curls at the nape of his freckled neck. The way his shirt tags stuck out at odd angles, the old smear of turquoise paint on his rumpled collar. Thomas, the beautiful wreck. It took Andrew's mind off the pulsing headache that never left. Or how he felt so full that cramming the Oreos into his mouth left his stomach distended. How he needed to tell someone that something was wrong with him. See the school nurse. Call his father. Get help. But he didn't. He crumbled Oreos into lavender bushes where Thomas wouldn't see. Thomas started to say something, stopped with a sigh, and went back to eating. Silence pulled over them, companionable if a little morose, and Andrew wrote a few more lines of a new fairy tale. Making up stories in the dark with monsters breathing down his neck was a kind of high-pressured environment he hated, so he jotted down a few ideas in the daylight. His phone lay open beside him, unanswered messages to Dove on his screen. He should give in, let her win. But if this truly was a war over Thomas, Andrew couldn't just let go and... Hey, can we talk? Thomas still had his back to Andrew, but his shoulders had tensed. Andrew's stomach tightened. We are talking. Thomas let his head drop and dug fingers through his hair. Andrew was acutely reminded of how many times Thomas had started to speak only to pack everything back inside him and deflect. His next words hit Andrew like a fist to the mouth. Do you like me? Thomas said. Ah! Ah! No, they couldn't do this. They had an unspoken agreement to never do this. Panic clawed up Andrew's throat, and his heartbeat seemed too fast, too loud. What would it even look like to cut their feelings out, bloody and aching and raw, and compare them, to find they didn't match, to be left with guts vivisected, and no way to sew themselves back up so they looked the same as before? Thomas would ruin everything. What if he asked for more from Andrew, asked for everything? Or what if he asked for it all to stop? Andrew had this desperate, shaky urge to flatten his hands over Thomas's mouth and press until he lost his breath and forgot he wanted to speak. Thomas still didn't turn. I know you don't like to talk about stuff, like really talk, but we talk all the time, all day. Andrew snapped his notebook shut, heart galloping. I was thinking, are you sure we haven't missed some of your sketchbooks? Any lost under your bed? In the art room? For a long moment, Thomas said nothing. He picked at moss between the bricked cracks in the stairs. I gave one to Dove ages ago. She probably got rid of it. I'll find out, Andrew said. Maybe Lena will look for us. I don't think it's the problem, Thomas said, voice low. We're erasing everything I ever created, and it hasn't helped. Oh, that's probably Thomas. I don't think that's the problem, Thomas said, voice low. We're erasing everything I ever created, and it hasn't helped. Maybe we should talk about that too. We don't talk about why the monsters won't stop, why they even started. We don't talk about Dove. We don't talk about what will happen after we graduate. Oh God, that was a damn. That's a whole monologue, bro. I have to start over. Sorry, guys. I don't think it's the problem, Thomas said, voice low. We're erasing everything I ever created, and it hasn't helped. Maybe we should talk about that too. We don't talk about why the monsters won't stop, why they even started. We don't talk about Dove. We don't talk about what will happen after we graduate. His words scraped against each other as if he struggled to even pull them out of his throat. We sleep in the same bed nearly every night now, and we don't freaking talk about that either. Andrew shoved to his feet, His body felt like an unwildly clocked. Limbs detached, and he nearly fell as he stepped over Thomas and hit the damp path. It would start raining again soon. Sudden air pressed against his cheeks, but it did nothing to cool him. He was burning up. He was made of fever. Thomas said, "It's ruining me." And Andrew couldn't look at him. "You could cut me open and devour everything I am," Thomas said, ragged and thin. "I would let you. I'd ask you to. But I have no idea what it means to you. What what I mean to you." "Of course I like you." It came out rougher than Andrew meant. "But do you want me?" Thomas stood with what? Thomas stood then too, crumbs on his pants and his shirt half tucked. "How do you want me?" Andrew closed his eyes. "Stop. Because I want you, okay? I have for years." Thomas ran a hand over his face, but he was already blushing his trademark red. "You don't look at boys. I mean, we've been in locker rooms, in our bedroom, and you've seen me naked. It's like you look away fast because you don't want to see. Not not that you're embarrassed to be caught." Andrew couldn't do this. A muscle on his jaw clenched. "You like girls. What what is this even? Not just girls." Thomas's ears had gone beet red. "But you know that." "I don't know anything." "Damn it, Andrew." His voice had gone uneven. "Can't you tell that I like you? Because I like you a lot, okay?" Damn. Andrew had heard the slip and oh my god. Andrew had heard the slip, the save. "I'm in love with you." His blood roared so loud he couldn't think, and all he could focus on was the tight nub of pain in his ear. Burrowing, searching, hungry. Just like him. He starved for this confession, for the raw, helpless look on Thomas's face. Hadn't Andrew wanted this all along? It shouldn't be so hard to whisper, "I'm in love with you too," but, that word was too huge. But what about Dove? But what if she loved him first? But what if Thomas wanted more than Andrew could give? But the world felt ready to spin away, and he couldn't swallow properly. In his chest, his heart beat itself bloody against his ribs. He was losing control. "Everything inside me is in ruins," Thomas said. "For you." A fine what? I'm sorry, guys. I'm fangirling out here. What the hell? This guy's too outspoken for real. A fine misty rain started, and it tasted. Oh my god! And it tasted of the forest. Andrew stared at his knuckles gone white against the spine of his notebook. He could he could tear out a dozen stories and shove them in Thomas's face, each said in bloody and beautiful ways. "I love you, I love you, I love you." Instead, his voice felt like it came from someone else, distant and mechanical. "I'm asexual," Andrew said. It sat between them, echoing. Mist coated Thomas's eyelashes as he blinked. His face was still full of aching questions and want, but a furrow dug between his brows. The pause went too long. "Okay," Thomas sounded hoarse. "I don't know. I mean, I kind of know, but I don't." "I don't have crushes," Andrew said. I don't think about sleeping with people. I don't want it with anyone." He was blinking fast. He didn't know why. "Sometimes it's different for other asexual people. But for me, it's this. You don't like boys." Thomas's voice sounded strict. "That's not what I said." Thomas turned in a jagged circle, hands in his hair again, as he paced to the stairs and back. Andrew could almost feel the heat churning from Thomas's spinning mind. I like you, Andrew said, his mouth dry, but not how you need. Thomas stopped sharply. Wait, what are you assuming I need? Don't pretend. Andrew's skin felt too tight. You would want would want to sleep with me someday. He couldn't look at him. Well, obviously. Andrew, you're beautiful. Of course I told you. I am in ruins for you. I'd give you anything. Andrew was going to cry. This was worse than anything worse than the monster's sinking teeth into his skin. He wanted to say, you are my everything too. He wanted to say, I don't exist without you. He wanted to say, kiss me. But he had to step back, because he couldn't be what Thomas wanted. And for that, he was going to lose him completely. This was why they should have left it. Been whatever they were without words. He knew there was nothing wrong with intimate platonic affection. But for him, under all this rotted and tremulous layers, there was nothing platonic about what he felt for Thomas. Andrew loved this boy so deep and whole and obsessively that he couldn't breathe, and the weight of it terrified him. I can't. Andrew tucked his shaking hands behind his back. I'm not saying right now. Thomas jerked at his tie until it loosened, and he looked everywhere but at Andrew. I know you're anxious. I'd never pressure. It's not anxiety. It's I can't. I won't. I just forget it, okay? The notebook slipped from his shaking fingers and thwopped on the path between them. Andrew's hand shook as he scooped it up. What about Dove? It was cruel. It was a cruel thing to throw. He knew it was as soon as Thomas's face shuddered. Oh wait, I think I read that weird. He knew it as soon as Thomas's face shuddered. I was never in love with Dove. His voice came low. Did you two kiss? Andrew said. Say no, say no. But Thomas said nothing. He pulled at his bottom lip and then suddenly dropped down to sit on the stairs again. He scrubbed at his hair curls so damp they plastered his forehead. What else did you do together? Andrew had stepped outside himself. Is this why you fought? Last year, after school ended? The big fight that made her cut you out? Thomas looked up, surprise warring with confusion. Sort of, but it's complicated. But Andrew took a step forward, and he sounded so terrible he knew his face must match. How many times did you kiss? When we kissed, it felt wrong. It was a mistake. We both agreed. Thomas struggled to keep his mouth straight, but his eyes were far too bright. The agony there brutal to behold. Why are you doing this? To protect myself, to keep you away, because I can't stop. Do you even like me? Andrew said. Or do you just miss Dove? It was like Thomas had taken a lash to the face. He physically turned away, curled in on himself after the invisible blow. His mouth looked too red, eyes glossy in the rain. You know that time when we were 12 and hiking in the forest for class? Thomas's voice came uneven, and it took Andrew a second to realize it was with anger. We decided to race, Dove and me. And the whole time, I was thinking, I want Andrew to look at me. I want Andrew to see me. I've loved you since then. So you know what? Fuck you. I think you do love me back. You're too much of a coward to admit it. Andrew shoved away and took off down the garden path. He couldn't see, couldn't hear past the world ending. He wiped furiously at his eyes, but what he needed was to curl into a ball and stop existing for a second before he completely lost it. Panic attack. But he couldn't force words out to warn anyone. Not that there was anyone to go to for help. He hadn't just pushed Thomas away. He'd made sure to cut his throat on the way out. Why had he done that? The remains of a battlefield lay in his wake, broken swords and hollyhock crowns left to decay among piles of bones. But the sword plunged through his stomach was his fault. All Thomas had done was asked to love a boy lost in fairy tales, and the boy had ordered him punished. Andrew, then again, anguished and breathless, as if he regretted what he'd said. Andrew, wait! He ran. Damn! Damn! Wait, I need a water break. Whoa! What is going on here? Oh my god. Open ending, that's the worst. Well, it's not ended yet. I'm about to read chapter 24, and that will be the last chapter of the night for this stream. You don't know how much I'm fangirling right now. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm like, dang. I don't know. Look, I'm going crazy. Whatever. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and go. 24. Edgar couldn't remember the shape of himself, if he'd ever had one. He felt nothing, saw nothing as the forgotten garden fell away and he ran toward the dorms. A cool autumn breeze licked at his corners, and he'd never felt more like paper about to be swept into the sky. He wanted this to stop. He wanted to not be here. In his skin, in his head. He was goddamn done. He collided with a group of students. Exiting the library, knocking books and folders from their hands while they yelled after him. He kept running. Nothing mattered but the name tearing from his lips. Dove! Dove! A pathetic boy made of glass and delicate things, running to his sister for help. It was an embarrassing picture, but he didn't care. Ahead, a ponytail of honey gold disappeared around the corner, and he plunged after her. But the path ended at the girl's dorm, one place he couldn't follow. She'd done that on purpose. Everything inside him boiled over, a wave of something foul and black and malignant gushing up his throat to coat his tongue. They were twins. She his other half. She could not abandon him when he needed her the most. Dove, please! He tore forward, the world blurring around him. He pushed through a group of girls hanging out in front of their dorm, and their voices rose, surprised and indignant. Words hit his back and slid off, meaningless. Someone said his name. He shoved through their front door. I have to find my sister. Dove? Dove! A person blocked his path. He was so far underwater, drowning in ink, that he couldn't make out her face or expression. He could barely feel the timid hands on his shoulders, pushing him backward. Andrew, go back outside. Please, listen to me. Our supervisor will hear. Just, please? A dull part of his brain registered Chloe's face before she propelled him outside with a surprising amount of force. Her brow scrunched up in anxious lines, and she kept petting his arm as if to apologize for pushing him so hard. As soon as they stumbled onto the grass, several of the other girls stormed over, arms folded. I'm so telling a teacher. No boys in our dorms. Chloe kept a firm grip on Andrew's arm. And I'll tell Lana that you snitched. Do you want to deal with that? That shut them up. They backed off, but Andrew could still feel their suspicion and curiosity drilling holes in his back. He had fallen halfway through the time before realizing Chloe had left him and then returned with Lana. He should be grateful, but he couldn't feel anything. He was numb, blinded with rage, and he didn't know which way was up. Lana stalked toward him, half in her drama costume with heavy eye makeup and an unreadable expression. Andrew, what the hell? Whispers beat against his back. That's Andrew Perrault. Do you hear what he did to his hand last year? I heard. Oh my god, as in Dove's brother? In his mouth, the forest flourished. Mud ground between his teeth, and he could feel damp leaves pasted to the back of his throat. All he could see was Thomas, expression raw and hopeful. Andrew, you're beautiful. The boy who loved no one loved him. His explanation about being asexual had been a mess, but it wasn't fair how he had one shot at coming out, at explaining himself, and if he tangled the words, then it was somehow his fault. Andrew? Hey, look at me. Fingers snapped in front of his face, and he inhaled so sharp it hurt. He hadn't been breathing. I need Dove. His voice shook with the effort to keep his voice level, to not sound like he was having a panic attack. I need to talk to her. I have to. Lana exchanged the look with Chloe, both their expressions pinched. He was not theirs to deal with, and they owed him nothing. But the people he depended on had left him. They'd left him and they didn't care, and he needed someone. His vision blurred. Do you want to call your dad? Lana said slowly. He swallowed. No, it's... I'm fine. It doesn't matter. Did Thomas leave a sketchbook in Dove's stuff? She looked startled. Actually, yes. I was going to throw it out, but hadn't gotten around to it. Can I have it? Sure. Are you okay? Andrew couldn't look at her. I'm fine. Because you're totally not having a panic attack right now. Lena glanced over his shoulder for the familiar shadow that should be tethered to Andrew's heels, but wasn't there. Was Thomas being a prick? He said he loved me, and then he called me a coward. Did they kiss? Andrew had no idea how he was forcing the words out. Thomas and Dove? He said it's complicated. Lena hesitated. I hate agreeing with him, but yeah, it is complicated. There were disasters about a lot of stuff. I shouldn't say this, but also, what the hell? Dove told me she used to think Thomas fought with people he liked because that's how he knew to get attention. But not with you, she told me. Andrew is his safe space. He's forever gentle for Andrew. Her eyes narrowed. Is he pressuring you about anything? Because I will beat him up. I think, Andrew whispered, it sucks to be ace. I think, Lena said, the world sucks for making you feel that way. I need to talk to her. He pressed his palms against his eyes so hard that white stars burned behind his lids. She was so angry at me, and I don't understand. And now she's abandoned me when I need her. Why is she doing this? We're twins. I need her. He started towards the girls' dorms again, but Lana shoved him back. He was taller, but she felt stronger. Getting expelled won't help, Lena said. You need to calm down. Now, listen. Chloe and I are late for GSA, but we're not leaving you alone like this. So guess what? You're coming too. You can sit in the back. You don't have to participate. He started to shake his head, but she cut him off. Or I'll take you to the nurse and she calls your dad. You are clearly not okay. I'm sorry. His voice still sounded wrong. Inside out. Drowned. He was drowning in front of everyone. This is stupid, and I'm messing up your plans. I'll go. Wrong. You're with us. We can talk about what happened later. Also, she added, you're allowed to be around people who aren't Thomas. But he didn't know how. If a monster climbed out of the rose bushes right now, with teeth as long as knives, Andrew would let it bite deep into his ribs and tear him in half like a rotted plum. He just wanted everything to stop. Damn, guys. Dang. No. Why do they keep ruining things? It was so good. Dang it. I just drank water, guys. That's right. Drink your water. Guys, it's already 10. Oh no. How's the studying going? You said how many left? How many chapters? Let me see. 25, 26. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 chapters left. There are 10 chapters left. I do not sleep at 10, but I do get ready for bed at 10. But yeah, I really like the book. I really wish that Thomas would have understood Andrew, because Thomas is the gay one. You know what I mean? Or I think Thomas. Okay, so I think Thomas is bisexual, so he likes girls and boys. But I wish he would have understood how Andrew is asexual. Yeah, he did. Well, no, not really. He didn't really reject him. Um, Thomas loved him, but he didn't understand how Andrew couldn't see him as more than like platonic deep love. You know what I mean? So Andrew doesn't want to do anything adult with him. You know what I'm saying? He just loves him. That's it. You get what I'm talking about? Yeah, yeah, just like what Subaru did to Rem. Yep, you're right. He like, but not really, cause they do love each other. Except, like I said, they no rejection. They love each other. So like they both love each other, right? Thomas wants sex in the future, and then Andrew does not want that. Andrew's just like, I'm fine with just like kisses and just sleeping in the same bed, but not like doing that stuff. So Thomas couldn't understand him. No ups and downs. They care about each other deeply, right? It's just that one of them wants physical intimacy and the other is not able to give him that. You get that? Because like there's some people who just don't like it, what do you mean that's crazy? I don't know, I kind of understand where he's coming from though. Cuz I don't know. Cuz some people are like that, okay? Some people don't like physical intimacy like that. You know what I'm saying? So Andrew's just like, oh, I like him platonically, like he loves him, not platonically, but like physically, on a physical level, he wants to stay platonic. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to have physical intimacy with Thomas, but Thomas wants that in the future. And that's what's making them both upset. But I think they could have really communicated better about that. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, Andrew's fine with that, right? Andrew's like, okay, we're friends, we hug, we kiss, we hold hands. He's fine with that. He doesn't want the physical intimacy. You know what I'm saying? Like adults sleeping together kind of thing. He does not want that. Andrew just wants hold hands, hug, puppy love. You know what I mean? While Thomas wants the other stuff. Which is why Andrew ran away. But like I said before, that's kind of upsetting because they're friends, right? They should trust each other enough to like really sit down and explain and feel those emotions, right? And try to understand each other through communication. You know what I'm saying? Because him running away like that, like, Thomas probably thought he didn't care about him like that. You know what I mean? Dude, it's not even that. It's not even that. Because, it's just different, okay? Like I said, like, it's fine, it's fine. I've seen a lot that do work. Like, the girls that I met at work are still together. But, what's it called? It's just like that. You know what I mean? It's like, but I really wish they would, yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Damn, what they be doing those, well, I don't know. That's for them to know and for them to, that's their business. I don't ask about that. That's none of my beeswax. So I'm like, as long as y'all aren't being mean to each other, that's great. You know what I mean? But yeah, honestly, I do have to go though. Oh, you said please next ask. You have a question for me? Tell them my friend PX wants to know. No, 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 I'm good. That's too personal. I see they're my friends, but I'm not about to ask them that because I'm fine. I don't need to know. Like this, I'm fine reading, right? But I'm not gonna ask my friends about their personal life like that. I mean, I do ask them like, hey, like, what did y'all eat? Or like, oh, what did y'all do for fun and stuff. But I'm not gonna ask them about that. Get ready to sleep. Okay. um. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. Please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. Y'all stay hydrated. And again, have a great day or night. And like, who gets ready to sleep? People sleep already. All right. Bye. Bye bye, everybody.